In this video, we are going to be talking about how investment bank employees get reviewed and ranked each year. What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Afzal Hussain. You can find out a bit more about me through the social media links below, or you can check out my website, which is www.afzalhussain.com. In today's video, actually before we start, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever it is. If you are already subscribed, make sure you turn on post notifications, and thank you for tuning in to another weekly video on this channel. So yeah, thank you. Let's get straight into it. In this video, we are going to be covering everything you need to know about annual reviews at investment banks. So how do they work, why do they have them, and the different quartile systems, the ranking systems, and how it all determines your bonus, etc, etc. Okay, most banks use a review system called 360 review. Now it's meant to give a holistic review of you as an individual, and it reviews skills such as your technical skills, your technical knowledge, your teamwork, your commercial knowledge, your ability to learn, your ethical mindset, or how you are in ethical situations, whether you are, a fast learner, if you've got integrity, if you've got good client facing skills, good sales skills, good transaction focused skills. So it basically gives a holistic overview of your performance over the year. Now how they do that is based on peer reviews. So you get your peers, you get your colleagues, you get people that you've closely worked with to review you. So that's the 360 review system. So it's a review system that spans your performance over a year, and this is how it works. So most banks do bonuses either at the beginning of the new year or towards the end of the year. Some banks do it in the middle, but before it's bonus season, a few months before, you're going to be asked to select 8 to 10 individuals who you have personally worked very closely with over the last 6 to 8 to 10 months. Now those individuals can be analysts, associates, VPs, MDs, and it's always good to have a mix of individuals, and it's always good to have a mix of individuals in terms of their roles. So you want individuals, some who are in more sales focused roles, product focused roles, investing roles. The more mixed, the better, but obviously you want to select individuals who can actually give an in-depth review of you. And for them to do that, it means they would have had to work closely with you throughout the year. So yes, it helps to choose people who you know are gonna, give you a nice review, give you a nice score. But the whole purpose of it is to select people that you've worked with, and so that your manager can get a well-rounded view of what different people think of you when it comes to your ability to work as part of a team, your technical knowledge, how helpful you are in day-to-day work, whether you're a good client-facing individual, whether you're a good investment professional or product person. So all these things come into play, and it's by you selecting people to give an in-depth review of you into the 360 system. Now what happens once all of these individuals feed back their reviews and their thoughts into the system is that the system guides each person. So you might have to do a review of one of your peers, and the general criteria is, you're above expectations, you're in line with expectations, or you're below expectations, and it will be for the different criteria and competencies I've mentioned before. So teamwork, interpersonal skills, ethics, integrity, culture, technical knowledge, etc, etc. They take the average of all of your reviewers, so the 8 to 10 reviewers, they take the scores that you've been given and they kind of average it out across the different competencies, and that falls into a bucket alongside all of the other analysts or associates or VPs, etc. And then what happens is, depending on how strong your score is, let's say out of 9, so you get ranked out of 9 or 10, depending on how strong your score is, you end up being tiered accordingly. Ideally you want to be a top quartile performer, but most people are obviously in quartiles 2 and 3 in the middle, and then you've got a few at the bottom. Now the place you want to avoid is being at the bottom, because that risks being fired. So every year companies hire new graduates, they hire experienced professionals. They need to make room for these new employees, right? And so they get rid of the bottom performers, the bottom 5% or so of the broad employee base or employee population. They tend to get fired given their performance isn't up to scratch, with the mid tiers and the top tier performers. Select the individuals, they do the reviews, and then your scores average out, and then you get put into the bucket with everyone at your level. And once that happens, you get quartiled. If you're a top quartile performer, mid quartile or lower quartile, this filters through into how much bonus you get paid. So if you're a top quartile performer, you will on average get 20 to 30% higher bonuses compared to all the other people in your peer group. So if you're a top quartile analyst or associate, you're going to get 20 to 30% higher bonus than the rest of the analysts or associates. If you're a mid-tier, so on average 80% or so are mid-tier performers, and so your bonuses will be as expected. And then if you are a low performer or in the fourth quartile, in the lowest quartile, you can expect smaller bonuses or even no bonuses and get fired. And so that's how the ranking feeds through into the quartiling, and the quartiling determines your bonus that you get to take home at the end of the year. One thing to note, the 2 or 3 months before bonus season is what matter a lot, because naturally we tend to have a bias where we remember this as opposed to what happened throughout the rest of the year. So those few months before the bonus, you don't want to mess up, you don't want to make too many mistakes, because it will come back and bite you in your backside when it's feedback season. So that's how the bonuses are determined, based on your 360 review feedback process. In addition to your quartiling and feedback determining bonuses, they also determine your promotion. So only those who are, outperforming will get promoted to the next level as and when they are eligible. So if you're a low performer, you're likely not going to get promoted when your time comes around. One thing to note is the whole 360 system can be quite flawed to an extent, because if you have a manager that doesn't like you, they can easily override a lot of it. So if you get outstanding reviews from all your peers and the people who you've selected to review you, but then your manager doesn't think it's reflective of you as an individual, or they don't believe that the reviews are in line with what they believe you have worked towards, they can impact, like they have a direct say on your bonus. And so if you don't have a good relationship with your manager, it can impact you negatively. And on the flip side is, if you have a strong relationship with your manager, they can help you out accordingly. So managerial relationships are very important, and don't forget about that, because it comes into play for your bonuses and it comes into play for your promotions. So keep that in mind. Hopefully this video has given you some insight into how employees at an investment bank get reviewed each year, and how those reviews are dependent on people that you work with and your relationships, and how those feed into the core competencies, and how that feeds into your quartiling system and being ranked alongside your peers, and then how that trickles down into your bonus and your promotion. If that's been useful for you, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, give this video a like. If you've got any questions on the topic or any video suggestions, leave them in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribed, and I will see you in the next video next week at the same time. Peace.